Hi everybody, my name is Steve LaWarre. I'm the Director of Horticulture here at Frederik Meijer Gardens and Sculpture Park. And we are standing in the Metro Health Christmas and Holiday Traditions exhibition. And I wanted to talk with you a little bit about poinsettias. And poinsettias are one of the plants that you'll see throughout this exhibition. And it's really a neat plant. And it's a common plant that we're all familiar with. But there's a couple things about it that you may not know that I'd like to share with you. The poinsettia is a plant that's native to Mexico, and it gets its name from Joel Poinsett, who was the first ambassador to Mexico in the 1820s. Dr. Poinsett saw this plant and thought that it might have potential as a commercial crop, so he sent several samples back to Philadelphia, and then from there it has become, a holiday plant that is known all over the world. In fact, since it's native to Mexico, it grows really, really well in Southern California. So the Paul Ecke Ranch in Southern California was one of the first commercial greenhouses to produce this plant. And in the 1960s, even, this plant was featured on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and one of Bob Hope's Christmas specials. And really, from that point, it became incredibly popular. And even today, over 70% of the poinsettias that are grown commercially are still grown right there in Southern California. It's a crop that takes a long time to grow. All of these plants come from our local growers right here in West Michigan, and they've started these from cuttings all the way back in early summer. So May and June, a lot of times, is when just these standard poinsettias are started. And then when you look around this exhibition, you'll see tree forms and you'll see shrub forms, and those are started even earlier than that. In fact, some of the tree forms that are grafted can take almost 2 years to produce. So it's a plant that takes a little while to finish. And the other thing that I think is really, really interesting about the poinsettia, it has to do with what we think are flowers. And the flowers are actually not flowers at all. These red, what we think are flowers, this red here and the white down below, are actually not flowers at all. They're modified leaves that are called bracts. And the bracts start changing color when they start having long nights. So when the day length starts to lessen and the night length gets longer, they have 12 hours of darkness or more, then that's what starts to initiate the coloring of the bracts. So that's another piece that makes it a really kind of a fun holiday plant, is just they naturally color up like this for the Christmas and holiday season. So that's another reason why it's so popular this time of the year. But the true flowers are found in the very center of these bracts. So in the center here, you can see this group of yellow flowers here. And these small yellow flowers are the true flower of the poinsettia. The flower isn't any of this red part. So those small yellow flowers in the middle are called cyathea. And cyathea are unique to the euphorbia family. And the euphorbia family is a big family. There's a number of different succulents, a number of perennials that we use outside in the gardens that are euphorbias. And the thing that they all have in common are cyathea, or these small yellow flowers. Another thing that euphorbias all have in common is a latex sap. So if I go underneath here and I break a flower, or I break a leaf off, and I set this up on top here, you can see it starts to ooze kind of a milky sap. And that milky sap is a latex, and that latex is one of the common things that are unique to the euphorbia family. Now, one of the things that you might have heard is that poinsettias are poisonous, and that's actually not true. Ohio State did a study on poinsettias, and they found that even a 50-pound child would have to eat over 500 leaves for this to even have a negative effect. However, that latex can be something that causes a little bit of nausea. It can be an irritant to the skin for some people. And so that's why we always recommend that you not let your pets eat your poinsettia plants. But poinsettias are just a wonderful holiday tradition here at Meijer Gardens. It's another example of handmade when you look at the fact that all of these are produced locally by our local friends that are growers in the community, and they're pinched several times, they're sorted from cuttings, they're watered almost on a daily basis by these folks, and they produce this beautiful poinsettia crop that you can see here at Meijer Gardens. So hope you get an opportunity to visit and see us during the Metro Health Christmas and Holiday Traditions exhibition.